JBN, we keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, man hospitalized after gun attack, home set ablaze in St. Elizabeth. A man was rushed to hospital on Saturday after being attacked by a gunman at his home in Goshen, St. Elizabeth. It is reported that the man, who was shot several times, pretended to be dead in an attack, which saw the gunman also reportedly setting his home ablaze before making their escape in a waiting motor car. Emergency responders, who were alerted to the incident, arrived on the scene shortly after 1 p.m. The one-bedroom home was destroyed by the blaze. 1 dead, 3 injured in St. Anne crash. A man died from injuries he sustained in a 2-vehicle crash in Priory, St. Anne on Sunday morning. He has been identified as Jeffrey Johnson of Edge Hill, St. Anne's in the parish. Police report that around 12:03 a.m., Johnson was driving his Corolla motor car when he crashed into a Lexus motor car. Johnson and all 3 occupants of the Lexus motor car were rushed to the St. Anne's Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The condition of the other victims is not known at this time. Gunman cut down by cops after murder in Olympic Gardens. A gunman was fatally shot while trying to escape just minutes after reportedly committing a robbery in Olympic Gardens, Kingston, on Saturday. 2 other men, believed to be cronies of the deceased man, were apprehended during a follow-up operation. Reports are that at about 4:30 p.m., a team of police officers was on mobile patrol when they heard explosions and went to investigate. They were reportedly challenged by the 3 men. During the melee, one of the men, who was armed with a handgun, was fatally shot. The gun was seized. A secondary operation was conducted and the other 2 men were arrested. Former NCB manager Andrea Gordon lived lavishly with stolen millions. Andrea Gordon made 2 cash transfers totaling $8.3 million in November and December 2017 from the coffers of her employer, the National Commercial Bank NCB, to a car dealer for the purchase of a brand new motor vehicle. 1 month later, in January 2018, Gordon, a senior manager at NCB at the time, wired another $3.7 million to a different company to purchase a second motor vehicle. And by March that same year, she transferred another $2.9 million to a used car dealer for the purchase of a third motor vehicle. These transactions are just some examples of how Gordon, an $11 million a year executive, reportedly blew through almost $120 million she stole from her employer over a 4-year period to finance a lavish lifestyle for herself and people close to her, according to new details from a fraud conviction. She was just flossing all over the place, said a source close to the case, using a popular expression for showing off an extravagant lifestyle. The documents also reveal that, amid a multi-million-dollar renovation of her Havendale, St. Andrew home, Gordon transferred $475,000 from NCB in September 2018 to a company that trades in unusual or exotic tiles. A month later, $605,000 was wired to another company that traded in tiles and other items used in home renovation. Between July 2019 and April the following year, she spent $1.5 million in 2 transfers to a firm that supplies home appliances. Gordon stepped out in style, the documents revealed, reportedly shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars on Brazilian and other wigs, jewelry, shoes, and other luxury accessories such as Gucci, Fendi, and Coach handbags, among others. In most cases, the high-end items were purchased through e-commerce outlets using her credit card, which was being replenished monthly with money stolen from the bank, the documents showed. She changed them frequently. I would just give away things she had worn a few times, the source said, referring to the wigs. For Christmas, she bought and handed out expensive gifts, such as Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci clothes, and expensive colognes. The new details revealed, too, that Gordon bankrolled at least 3 expensive vacations per year for her family and inner circle to places like the Bahamas and resorts throughout the Caribbean. Between August 2018 and March 2020, she had plunked down $764,900 for 4 getaways in Jamaica and other Caribbean destinations, according to the documents. The Supreme Court, in a ruling last week, ordered that Gordon forfeit $119 million, money that will be turned over to NCB to help recoup its losses from the fraud. She was also ordered to pay the government a pecuniary penalty of $720,000 related to a motor vehicle she owned during the period of the fraud The Financial Investigation Division, FID, announced last week. The forfeiture order covers our Havendale, St. Andrew home, the FID said, but there are fears that because of the flossing, there may not be sufficient items of value that can be liquidated to satisfy the $119 million debt. The source close to the case disclosed that in light of the forfeiture order, an assessment is now being done to determine the extent of all assets registered in Gordon's name. But based on what we have seen so far, it is highly unlikely she'll have sufficient amount offhand to repay all of it, said the source, who requested to remain anonymous because they are not authorized to speak publicly about the case. We will explore to see what options are available to recover the funds. Investigations are also being conducted around assets purchased from the fraud and registered in the names of other people. Gordon was convicted on fraud-related charges in 2021 and sentenced to 7.5 years in prison. Her son, Odane French, and his father, Lloyd French, were also arrested on fraud charges related to the case. Their trial is pending. Man in Farmwork scam to pay $150,000 restitution after a complainant dies. A man who is accused of taking about $1.5 million in a Farmwork ticket fraud has been ordered to pay $150,000 in restitution to the family of one of the complainants who died before the resolution of the matter. The woman was among 10 complainants, died on May 24, 2 days before the case was scheduled to be mentioned in the St. Catherine Parish Court. When accused man Ryan Payne appeared on Friday, Parish Judge Nathalie Kerry Dixon ordered him to prepare the restitution payment for his next court appearance on June 19. It is alleged that in 2020, Payne met the complainants and told them he was an employee of the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development and could provide them with tickets for the overseas Farmwork program. They paid over the sums to him, but he allegedly failed to honor his promise and became elusive. The matter was reported to the Spanish Town Police. An investigation was launched, and Payne was arrested and subsequently charged with obtaining money by means of false pretense. 3 wards of the state escaped from Rear Corbridge Juvenile Correctional Center. 3 wards of the state escaped from the Rear Corbridge Juvenile Correctional Center in St. Catherine on Saturday. The center is an institution designed to cater to the needs of boys between ages 12 to 18 who have committed an offense. Reports said that the wards were returning from the dining hall after having eaten around 4:30 p.m. accompanied by an officer when they broke free. It is understood that they scaled the fence approximately 12 feet high and extended by barbed wires at the top. The Department of Correctional Services says the matter has been reported to the police. In March 2023, Block B at the Spanish Town-based center was renovated to the tune of $34.3 million. The renovations were said to have provided an improved environment to support the rehabilitation of juvenile offenders. Widespread looting amid blaze at market in Portland. There were reports of widespread looting at the site of a fire at the Musgrave Market in Port Antonio, Portland, on Sunday. Initial reports are that the blaze began sometime after 8:30 a.m. with at least 3 fire units on the scene. The blaze had reportedly spread to establishments nearby and had engulfed sections of Kamal Supermarket and Cambio and Portland Jewelers. Police, who had cordoned off sections of West Street, described the scene as chaotic, noting that they were trying to prevent persons from re-entering the active blaze as they attempted to pillage affected businesses. One police source shared that criminals are using the blaze to loot nearby businesses. Trough influencing weather across Jamaica. A trough across the Western Caribbean, including Jamaica, is expected to remain across the region for Sunday and influence weather conditions across the island. According to the Met Service of Jamaica, the island should expect periods of isolated showers and thunderstorms in most parishes today. A weak high pressure ridge is then expected to build briefly on Monday, with another trough moving into the vicinity of Jamaica by Tuesday. As a result, Jamaicans should expect an increase in cloudiness with showers and thunderstorms across the island for the next several days. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.